Just before the international break, it was match day 7 of the English Premier League. But first, before you check out the results, what happened? Bro, how have you been? How was weekend without football?
Of course, boring. I took my time, went and enjoyed myself, of course, but...
I saw some images. Can you allow our...
No, no, never, ever.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think without football, it's just crazy because when you think about it, it's boring, you have nothing to watch. So you get yourself maybe doing other things which are not good to the soul because we love football.
Can I tell you what I was doing?
I don't know.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, you can tell me.
I have a suitcase. You know, suitcase has those...
Yeah.
So I've been driving it in the house.
Such a boring weekend, but it is what it is. Football is back now.
Yeah,
and
but before we can check out what happened, let's start with early kickoff. We had Liverpool taking on Crystal Palace. Once again, Eze and Matata doing there. And Liverpool won the match 1-0. Eddie Nketiah missing a lot of chances. Want to say something or we just...
I think Liverpool are putting in a good run. They're still not convinced with them, yes, but... the wins they are getting now are very important. That one goal lead, especially very early in the game, very good for them. And especially the defensive point of view for Liverpool is something that draws my attention because they have conceded just 2 goals this season in those games they've played, and so it's so impressive for them.
Yeah. Then later on, we gave Arsenal a correct score of 3-0. I think we both agreed.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Arsenal were shocked they conceded in the second half. But then later on, they came from behind and won the match. 3-1.
Yeah, a great performance from Arsenal, especially after they conceded the game. And that's where Arsenal stands out. When they are losing or drawing a game, you can see the urgency in their play. And once Southampton scored, the next 2 or 3 minutes, you'd feel like they put themselves in trouble. Because Arsenal kept attacking, and then they got a loose ball around a miss pass, and then they scored from it. And we're going to give credit to Havertz because he made the comeback. He started the comeback, and he's a good player. He's fitting that squad properly. What I'm disappointed with Arsenal at the moment is the inability to keep clean sheets. Because if you put in mind the way we know how they can defend and the way they let in goals from these other teams, you will think, it's not a very good show because one day, one time, another team will score and will not make a comeback. But then again, that will be my happiness, of course.
Right, at Etihad, goals, Gallo, Manchester City beating Fulham 3-2.
3-2. Yeah, a great game of football as well. Fulham is a top side, and it denied us that correct score. We had 3-1. Fulham scored the second goal towards the end. It is what it is, but Manchester City at home are very strong. That's why they won that game. And I think Kovacic did so well in the game. He scored a couple of good goals, and it looks like he's now stepping in the absence of KDB. So yeah, Man City in a good position as well.
It was interesting to see Everton versus Newcastle United, a match we expected. Of course, Everton have been struggling, but unfortunately, Newcastle cannot beat them with Gordon throwing a penalty.
Yeah, saved penalty. I mean, it was an interesting game, although it ended 0-0, especially that moment where Gordon is missing a penalty against his former team. What I'd say is Everton are making a good progress towards trying to start winning more games because somehow they've been leading in some games, they lose it, but now a point against Newcastle will take it, and especially with a clean sheet because it gives you more confidence. So I see them especially like doing better in the coming matches.
Right, on Sunday we had Man United away at Aston Villa, and it is a game which ended in a goalless draw.
I will leave you for that game.
Right. Allow me to say that I was surprised by how United played the match. I expected them actually to lose this match, and you remember I said they're going to lose this match at least 2-1. But I saw improved United in terms of just the defending part of it. Not creating so much chances going forward. It is something which needs to be really addressed. Kobe Mainoo picked up a knock. Not so sure if he'll be fit for this match, but still a slow start. Kobe Mainoo, the United midfield, really needs to step up.
Yeah.
Once again, a good game from Andre Onana, getting another clean sheet. which is really good. From a struggling team, when you keep clean sheets, then it means you're one of world-class goalkeepers. I know United fans don't rank him, but
you do rank him.
I do. Then later on, we saw Chelsea up against Nottingham Forest, a game which ended in 1-1.
All right. You remember when I said Chelsea look like they haven't found their feet when playing at home? And it's true, because there's no way you, from away from home, you had a good performance, especially I think they scored 3 goals. Was it against Brighton or whoever? And you come home and you can't take the full points from Nottingham Forest. No disrespect to Nottingham Forest, but it doesn't look good, especially when they got a red card. And towards the end of the game, actually, there was a save from Sanchez that almost went in from, meaning Chelsea could have lost to 10 men. And that tells you something, that it's a hot and cold kind of team. The tactics are working, but they still need time to form that stable team which can win game in, game out. It's going to take some time, of course, because the manager will be there thinking, I need a defender in this kind of situation. I need a midfielder to hold the game until in this situation. And I need more creators when we are 1-1 and we are playing with 10 men. So they are on a good progress, though, because they haven't lost any match since I think they were beaten by Manchester City in the league, that is. And it's good to see the spirit of the players, especially Sancho. He's fitting so well, he's playing some good football, he's getting those assists, and it's good to see. So for Chelsea, they were on a good progress, although a setback by drawing Nottingham 1-1 at home.
You said something and you said Chelsea at home are not that good. I thought you were joking. And we saw it just before international break. And last match, Tottenham Hotspur, 2-0, 2 goals up just before half time. Full time, 3-2.
Such a Spursy thing. And I leave you to say something about Tottenham, because you said you predicted that they would win.
Yeah, I thought Tottenham would, and when I saw them leading 2-0, since I had given correct score of 2-1, I saw my correct score going the right way.
And especially when Brighton scored the 2-1.
The 2-1, I said, now, you guys kindly do not concede. I think a lot needs to be done. Anke is doing everything in terms of giving Tottenham the tactics. But Tottenham, once again, is Tottenham. Is a team which leading 2 goals and then you collapse. They did collapse and collapsing terribly. In the second half, I think there is a way Brighton now said, you know what, we are at home and we can secure a point. So they pushed for it and they got the first goal. They have the scoreline and then they equalized, and all momentum was with them. They could have even scored actually 4 goals. So I think what Tottenham lack right now is consistency. It is a team which doesn't understand what's happening. Once again, in the midfield, Tottenham must improve, and I feel they're wasting Son.
Yeah, but you know, when you are a captain of that kind of team, you also need to step up. So he needs to also step up in a team that is not performing well, because you're the captain. They depend on him more to bring the goals and to score more goals. So
And match day 8 is here, and we start with Tottenham up against West Ham at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This is a London derby,
and I had 2-2 draw for Tottenham versus Brighton, and unfortunately Welbeck scored the 3rd goal, a deserved win actually, and credits to Brighton. But now speaking about Tottenham, and we know Tottenham what they do. So I think Tottenham, as we spoke about Chelsea, Tottenham away from home is a different story, or from when they are playing at home. Very different story, because they tend to win more at home. They tend to make those comebacks. They tend to score most goals when they are playing at home more than away. And that is why I think in this game, there's a chance of bouncing back. But it's not going to be easy, or it's not going to be that kind of game where they're just scoring a lot of goals. It's going to be a close one. Not going into very many tactics. I think there's a possibility of Tottenham scoring at least 2 goals, maybe 3, and West Ham scoring 1. And I believe this game will be of a scoreline of 2-1, 3-1. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for Spurs.
Well, West Ham, just before the international break, they ran riot. They had a 4-1 victory, and I think that shows how this team they didn't start so well, but now they are trying to
pick up.
Yes, and it is a win boost. It is something which, when you win matches, you relax. It gives you confidence. And I feel at Tottenham will not be easy match. One guy, of course, Antonio. I saw Antonio play. This is a guy who is always almost being sold before just transfer window closes, but once again he starts from the bench in the opening matches, and once again he starts starting matches for West Ham. So I feel this is another match which Tottenham are likely to drop points once again. Of course, and being early kickoff, I see both teams scoring and they will share the spoils. So I'm giving Tottenham and West Ham to draw 1-1.
Very possible, because I also said it's going to be very close. So
yes. Then let's talk about Manchester United around 5 p.m. and going to be Wissa and Mbeumo.
Well, when it comes to Manchester United, it's a different story, because there's a lot of headlines, a lot of news that are going around, especially for the manager, and it looks like maybe the next loss he's going to get the sack. But I still back him as a Manchester United fan. I don't want him to lose his job at this point, because he just got
family.
He just got his assets together at the moment. He has players who play his style, and we are yet to see it though. For sure, there is more time that is needed for him, and we are not going to discuss his future rather than this game. And I think in this kinds of game, especially after getting a clean sheet and a point at Villa Park, it's a big result for Manchester United in this time, because they're not playing so well. So I also think in this game there is a possibility of them maybe defending better, and if the manager goes with the lineup that played against Aston Villa, there's a big chance, because when you're defending well, when you are not allowing the opponent to score, you give yourself a chance now to also attack, because you believe in your defense. But when you're leaking at the back, then it becomes a problem, because you will take most of the time defending and trying to hit on the counter, of which you don't know when it will come. So in this kinds of game, I think Manchester United have a chance to bounce back and have another chance again to continue with the clean sheets. But kudos to Onana, because he has the most clean sheets in the Premier League right now. So I am predicting that if they keep the same defense that we played with against Aston Villa, then there's a chance Manchester United will get a clean sheet and will win this game. That's why I'm gonna go for a 1-0, 2-0 kind of victory. But now I think goals are still not coming in, and Manchester United might win this goal by 1-goal margin, and that's why I think 1-0 is the best scoreline that I could go with.
Well, United, it's true, United have not been scoring, but once again we need to take a look at what United have been doing in their matches. They've struck the post several times. That means it is a chance. United are just unlucky in front of the goal. They are creating chances, but they are not converting them enough. And I feel getting Brighton a team, Brentford a team which isn't that good when it comes to defending, of course. I feel Manchester United can even score 3 goals this weekend. But the biggest question is, can United stop Wissa and Mbeumo from at least scoring, putting 1 or 2 past Onana? That is the biggest question and the biggest dilemma. Unfortunately, I see United conceding this match, but I'm gonna give them a win, because I feel they need to bounce back. United against Aston Villa, they surprised me. They played some beautiful football. This is the second match this season United have played. You will have to agree with me, after drawing with Crystal Palace 0-0. There was that output. If Ten Hag can get the same squad, United will win this match. Either something like 3-1, 2-1 victory. What do I pick? I'll pick 2-1 victory.
Yeah, very possible. 1-goal margin should be.
Yes. Then later on, we will see Bournemouth hosting the mighty Gunners at 7:30.
Wow. A great match again, because Arsenal playing versus Bournemouth has always been a bit dramatic, maybe save for the game where Arsenal scored a number of goals, and it will be good to see. However, Bournemouth, I don't think they are on a great run that you would want. You would expect a good matchup against Arsenal, because Arsenal right now is a team that knows how to play. It's a team that has a style of play, and they have a number of tactics. They can hit you on the counter, they can still create chances, and when you get too stubborn, they hit you with a corner. So I think they have all it takes to get all the points at Vitality, and I'm not going to go to much tactics as well, because I know everyone is expecting Arsenal to win, and so it is me, and that's why I think Arsenal will score more than once, and there is a chance they could keep a clean sheet, if I say another, and yet they've been conceding, I'd be lying. So I expect Arsenal to keep another clean sheet for this season. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 kind of victory.
Right, close it gets. Once again, allow me to talk about what Mikel Arteta is trying to do at Arsenal. I feel the defense, we have one of the best defense, but not doing enough. We are being caught while in slumberland, which isn't good. When you play, if it's a team which you want to challenge for a title, you don't allow silly goals. Like I saw against Manchester City when a ball was just put in between, was it Calafiori and Gabriel. They created a very huge gap, and Haaland just had the chance to go all the way and score. Archer, the other game, there was also space created, so Mikel Arteta needs to work on that, and as long as we see such kind of spaces, I still say there is a possibility Arsenal might not keep a clean sheet this weekend. And of course they're going to win this match because they have the mentality, like you said, they have the mentality, but you need to be cautious because sometimes bad things could happen. You can be 1 goal down and you keep on knocking until 90th minute, 7 minutes are added, and that's how you drop 3 points. So Arsenal will win this. I have no doubt with the likes of Kai Havertz going forward. Saka picked up a knock, not so sure if he will start. If he doesn't, Raheem Sterling will start. Not a big match, which will cause us a lot of threat for the Gunners. Mikel Merino is back. Tomiyasu is out, injured. He aggravated his knee injury. So Bournemouth will score, Arsenal will score, and they're gonna edge Bournemouth like 2-1 or 3-1 victory. What do you think is possible? It's very possible, although I see a clean sheet this time. Because Arsenal away from home, sometimes they defend better than at home. But we'll see. I see. So let me pick 2-1, something like 2-1, a close match for the Gunners. Nice. On Sunday, we'll have the defending champions all the way to Molino to take on Wolverhampton. Yep. Man City at Molino has always been dramatic. It's not a game where you just think Man City are going to go there and walk through the park, especially for the fact that they are now missing their key players, of course. Some of the key players, not all, but some of the key players who are in the center position of like making the team move, create chances. And I'm speaking of KDB, of course. But Man City's defense hasn't been so solid this season. They look like a team which anyone can score against them. But the question is, if you score, will you win? And the answer is, chances are no. Either maybe you get a draw like Newcastle did, or you lose the game. And for Wolves this season, they haven't been so good. I believe maybe it's because of a few injuries that they've had. But for Manchester City, this is a must-win game again, because they failed to win away from home in the previous game. Now this is the chance to win. It's not going to be easy. I think Haaland will be back on the score sheet on this one, scoring maybe a penalty or a goal, a single goal, or maybe 2. And it's going to be a close one. They will concede. And I'm going to go for a 3-1, 2-1 kind of victory, because I believe that is what might happen in this game. How about you? Wolves, like you said, I was shocked they shipped in 5 goals against Brentford. Yep. And they managed to score 3. Yeah. So that tells you Wolves is not longer a threat. This is not the Wolves we saw like the last 2 seasons or so. Yeah. And Manchester City are doing well going forward, and they score goals sometimes for fun, and they are conceding a lot at the back. So that is one thing that means there is no possibility of City getting a clean sheet this weekend. Wolves will trouble them, but at the end of the day, there is this mentality I've seen with Brentford, Nottingham Forest, just let's say like below number 10 teams, teams which are outside top 10. Yeah. They play so well, but at the end of the day, they fear. There is that fear which comes in when you're playing against a team like Man City or a big team. So I feel Manchester City will score at least 3 goals, and since there is no clean sheet, I'm settling for a 3-1 victory for the citizens. Then on Sunday, the Super Sunday, this is one of the biggest matches which we'll have. And now the real test for Arne Slot begins this Sunday. And they'll be hosting Chelsea at Anfield.
A great match, a good match to be looking forward to. Actually, this is our feature match. And when it's our feature match, you try to see who's available and who's not. For Chelsea, I don't think they have so many injuries. I think Reece James, the captain, is back to training. And the other players who might miss this match, I don't think they are very useful to the squad that Maresca wants to work with. So squad-wise, Chelsea, okay. On Liverpool's side as well, I don't think they have so many injuries. I think maybe aside from Curtis Jones, which I'm not very sure, most of the players are also fit. They're key players. The players who will start this game and win it for them are also there. So in terms of squad, how it looks, the injuries, everyone has their squad available. And now, maybe to the head-to-head, maybe if we look at head-to-head, you'll see the last season. Let's base on last season. Last season, I think Liverpool won 4-1 at Anfield. And I remember that game, Nunes missed a penalty. But yeah, it was a result which proved that Chelsea are not doing so well. One of the results that maybe sacked Pochettino. And in the previous game, they had drawn 1-1. And it shows you it's going to be a good match because Chelsea are doing well away from home. Liverpool are on form generally, aside from just losing the game where they lost 1-0 against Nottingham. And yeah, maybe now tactically, this is of course where the game is going to be won. And it's going to be a terrific game, I tell you. If VAR and the referee are not going to spoil this, I'm telling you we have a match to watch. Because Cole Palmer is on fire for Chelsea. On the other,
Diaz.
Yes. On the other side, Luis Diaz is on fire for Liverpool. Salah hasn't been scoring much, but he creates for the team, which is good to see. And they have also options coming from the bench. We have Chiesa, we have Gakpo, we have, name them. And you know, I think for Liverpool, I think they depend so much on their midfield. The midfield does a lot of work. And that is why Gravenberch has been man of the match a number of times this season. Like especially in the final third when they are pressing. So why I'm saying that is it's going to be a great match because for Chelsea also Moses Caicedo has found his feet and is playing so well. So is Enzo not so like we expect, but still Chelsea are getting the results and it's going to be a great game to see. So I think this game is going to be won to the team that is going to defend well. And you know which team defends well. And that's what I'm thinking, that Chelsea have a tendency of scoring and conceding. Liverpool have a tendency of scoring and not conceding much. And that's what I think is going to happen in this game, because if you make a lot of errors in games of margins, you're going to pay for it. So it doesn't matter how good you are, if you make errors in these kinds of games, you're going to lose. And that's why I think Liverpool are in a good position to win this game. And I'm going to give them, they're going to score at least 2 goals as well. Could be 3 or 2. I'm sticking with 2 because I feel like it's going to be a very close game. Chelsea scoring 1, of course. Could be Cole Palmer, maybe through a penalty or any other player. But that is my scoreline. Liverpool 2. Chelsea 1.
Well, I think you've analyzed everything in terms of tactics and also the players who are performing well. Glad you've mentioned Gravenberch, who has been doing well. Enzo Fernandez, of course, has faded this season, while Moses Caicedo has really stepped up. One thing, let me talk about what Maresca is doing. And agree with me, he has a certain format which allows Chelsea to score and score and score goals. Because most of the time when you look at Chelsea, they're trying to play 4-2-4, whereby if Chelsea lose the ball, we'll have 2 midfielders stepping in for the defense and we have like 6 players at the back. Now the problem comes in when this team attacks. With Moise Caicedo stepping in, with Enzo Fernandez moving into more attacking role, while Caicedo moves also forward, leaving now the fullbacks. He's playing with fullbacks at some point when the Chelsea team attack, they invert. So when they invert and you're caught on counter, that means you have a backline of two players.
Yeah.
So it is easy to beat Chelsea when they play with a team which plays quick football going forward, and that's why you see when they met Brighton, when they meet teams which mean football, which just go forward, no sitting back. They'll concede, they will score, and maybe win or lose. It is a tight match, and I expect this match to be interesting, and hopefully we won't have spoils from the match officials. It is good because now Maresca has been doing well, and many are calling for Chelsea to finish in the top 4, I being among them. And while some say maybe Arne Slot, who has done an amazing job as a Liverpool coach, he has 2 good tests, of course, up against Chelsea, and then I think he'll be heading to take on Arsenal. We're gonna see. Tactically, Liverpool is a team which tends to defend a lot, and since the start of the campaign, they've not been scoring a lot of goals. They just have to score 1 or 2 and they win the match. Meanwhile, for Chelsea, it's attack on both ends, going forward, and they ship in a lot of goals. With now Chelsea, the kind of formation Maresca is having right now is more of a 4-2-4 game, whereby when they go forward, they go with 4 forwards, and the likes of Enzo moves forward to make it 5, and Caicedo in the midfield. When they lose the possession, when they go forward, you'll see their fullbacks inverting, and they are left with just 2 players at the back. I see this match being very interesting, and this Chelsea can break any defense right now because of their attack, which the goals come from out of anywhere, and Cole Palmer will score, and I feel both teams will drop points this weekend. With the Liverpool getting, let me say, 2 goals, and Chelsea also 2 goals. So I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's a that kind of game which will be very close. But at the end of the day, who knows the result? Yeah. Maybe you do. That's why we always encourage you that if you're watching this until this point, tell us in the comment section, because we always want to know, and we always check to see, because when you get that correct score, the way he said 2-2, I said 2-1 for Liverpool, but maybe you know better. So let us know in the comment section. So remember to write especially the correct score. If it's 2-1, 3-1, let us know in the comment section, because when you get it in the next episode, we'll always have a shout out for you. So remember to also like the video, and let us know where you're watching from, because we always appreciate you, because we have people watching us from all over, bro. Nigeria, Uganda, Zambia. Big up to everyone always who are always watching these, and especially towards the end. So on to kick tip, and there's a few changes, of course, as you will see. But for the match day 7, we're gonna see who has the most points. And congratulations to Mr. Gamer, because Mr. Gamer got 18 points on the match day. Amazing stuff. He had a correct score of Liverpool to win 0-1, and he had a draw of Aston Villa vs Man United 1-1. So those are very good points to have on your end.
3 and 4.
Exactly. And then number 2 for the match day, just to mention, was Mavhetha. And Mavhetha, he got 15 points, and he skipped all the way from number 3 to number 1, which means
Martin drops.
Yeah, Martin drops to number 2, which also means Mr. Gamer, the 18 points he got, who's the overall, he earned himself in top 3, and now he's number 3. And then number 4 is one and only, who's coming very quickly and closely,
as always,
with 85 points. And guess who's number 5?
Number 5, I don't know. You are reading the list. Can you continue reading the list?
Right. His name starts with a V. Oh, no. Can never be. Can never be. Number 5 is Josephat. Of course, as you can see on the screen. And the rest of the people who I have not mentioned
how many points for Josephat?
Can go and read their results on the kick tip. So remember to keep playing. I've seen Mavhetha has already predicted his, so you can do it early before the game starts, so that you don't miss out, you know. And that has been it for us. Thank you for tuning in until this point. We appreciate you. You are our biggest fan, and we really appreciate you. So that is the end of match day 7 preview. My name is Brian.
They call me Vincent,
and this is the Liquid Sports Show.